development focus of the past has to be more and more combined with the security concerns in many situations, not in all situations we're looking at, but the two go hand in hand. And the traditional almost watertight division that was put between security and development is really a thing of the past in terms of the way in which we implement most of our policies today. We have also come to realize that most of our interventions really depend on the quality of the assessment we do when we enter into a theater when there is a crisis. The way in which we can deal with the crisis really dramatically depends on what kind of assessment we carried out at the beginning and who did we carry out the assessment with. So we have developed a partnership that built on something that the World Bank and the United Nations had already created. The European Commission is now a partner to this for post-conflict needs assessment, and this is becoming the platform being used for assessing post-conflict situation by the three institutions going in together with joint teams, writing up joint assessments and trying to use these as the basis for the intervention of the different institutions. Because the other thing that obviously is becoming more and more evident is that with the number of actors that government, multilateral, bilateral, that intervene in post-conflict situations, the lack of coordination is identified by all as one of the biggest challenges. And Afghanistan is a case in point where it has taken a number of years to get to today, where finally there is some coordination on the ground that's starting to take shape in a significant way, but it has taken a number of years that for some sectors can be seen as wasted. And then lastly, the focus on the root causes of conflict remain our overwhelming preoccupation, looking at what are the underlying causes, trying to see how our longer-term engagement with the country can help, and with the region, trying to take a regional approach wherever this is meaningful, trying to see how we can bring our expertise and context and political dynamics to help. So shortly, to end this presentation, why has the European Commission, the European Union, entered this field? I would say, and I don't know if these are the right answers, these are just a few ideas. First of all, the practice of multilateralism that Europeans themselves within the European institutions have practiced have somehow brought us to look at the rest of the world in the same way and try to see at how joined up action can contribute to the prevention or the management of conflicts outside of the European Union itself. We also have an interesting development of a trend that's been there for a long time in public opinion. Whenever you ask public opinion in Eurobarometers, the European opinion polls, where do they think that the European Union should work more together, they always say external relations. Maybe they say that because it's further away from them, so they can get rid of us a bit. But it's consistent, it's there, and it's across the board, and it's one of the things that obviously also brings home the fact that there is an awareness that most of the crises that we face today cannot be dealt with by your own government. You kind of have that feeling, and even in an opinion poll, it comes out quite strongly. Then I would say it's also part of the institutional dynamic of the European Union and how we work over the past 50 years or so. In integration theories, there were always some theories about, the bicycle theories. If you don't keep going, you're going to fall off your bike. So if you don't keep expanding and inventing new things, your project is going to go. I don't know if that's the case, but it is a fact that somehow the changes of the early 90s